Plaintiff Julie Hunter was friends with the defendant, but after she moved in with Julie discovered the defendant was a thief. Julie claims she knows the defendant stole her personal property, and Julie's suing her former roommate for breach of contract. Defendant Norma Love says Julie is obsessed with her, and she either wants to be Norma or wants to be with Norma. Norma's countersuing for emotional distress.
Start with you.
I met Norma at work, and we became friends.
When?
This was in 2011.
All right.
And she was having a lot of financial and emotional problems. So I asked her to move in with me to help her out. And time after that, I noticed some things were missing in my house.
When did you notice things missing?
Probably 2-3 months after she was there.
What type of things?
I noticed some of my videos were missing, some of my silverware, dishes.
But she was living with you?
She was living with me, yes.
Okay. Do you think she took them in her room? What do you think may have happened?
Well, what she was telling me was that our crazy landlord was taking it, which I believed at the time, until I found a letter of mine in her room. Mm-hmm. I also found a picture of my daughter missing from a photo album, which I thought was kind of strange.
So you were missing a fork, a spoon, and family pictures.
Family pictures.
You found them in her room.
No, I didn't find them in her room.
She was putting some voodoo on y'all.
I found...
That's the only thing. What would she want the fork and the spoon
I have
for?
no idea,
Right,
Your Honor.
and I'm trying to tell you.
Yeah.
If the only thing she had was silverware, some pictures of your daughter, candles? No candles?
No candles.
Okay. What do you think she was doing with them? You tell me. What was she doing with your fork and your spoon? You think?
A few spoons, yes, a glass, a TV table, some videos.
All in the same house,
and I don't know why she was taking these items. It made no sense to me.
Well, then you got to go with what I'm saying then.
Okay, Your Honor.
If you don't know, if it doesn't make sense to you, it makes sense to me. It's voodoo. Ma'am?
Your Honor, we're here because she is obsessed with me.
No, you the one got pictures and candles
I do
and
not. I have nothing of hers.
spoons and knives in your room.
Absolutely not. I have nothing. I've never wanted anything of hers.
You ever practiced any voodoo?
Absolutely not, Your Honor. But she was trying.
She was trying to get you to practice voodoo?
No, she was trying to get me into her religion and pushed her religion on me on a daily basis.
No.
On a daily basis.
When you didn't want it anymore, I stopped.
No,
you were there for like a year.
You did not.
And I never did push it on you.
All right, that's a no. Well, ma'am, if you were stealing, I'd try to get your religion too. Go ahead. I understand now, ma'am. What denomination are you?
Jehovah's Witness.
Okay. Good. I respect them a lot.
Yes, but we don't force anyone. We do preach the word, but we do not. If someone says they're not interested, we leave them alone. And that's what I did with her. I left her alone.
I'm going to leave that alone. So let's move right ahead, ma'am. Now, how does she owe you $37.50 as your roommate? That's a lot of spoons and forks, ma'am.
It was for a car. She needed a more reliable and dependable car.
Okay.
So I tried to help her out, and I got my daughter's car for her, a 2004 Chevy Malibu.
When?
February of 2013.
When did she ask?
She was needing a car because hers kept breaking down, and I was helping her pay the auto repairs. So it was kind of a joint thing.
So you sold her a car for how much, ma'am? What was the agreement?
$5,400.
$5,400. And when was she to pay it off?
She was to pay it off in 3 years, starting in February of 2013 until February of 2016.
Okay. And how much did she pay?
She paid $1,650.
Okay. When was the last time you asked for the balance?
I think I spoke to her in April, and because it had been 3 months after she moved out, she stopped the payments. So we talked, and she said that she needed a couple more months because she didn't have a job. So I said, okay. 2 months later, she had made no attempt to call me or make any payments, so she was basically
She was dodging.
refusing to
Okay.
pay.
You should have just went up to her door and got your money.
What?
No, I'm saying go and ask for your money. Ma'am,
Yes,
let me
Your
hear
Honor.
from you.
Your Honor, we're here because she's obsessed with me.
Obsessed with
She's
you
obsessed
how?
with me. She either wants to be me or she wants me. One of the two.
No,
She's not going to get either.
I don't believe that.
It's
Go
the
ahead.
truth. She talked about my complexion all the time. She talked about my legs and how nice my legs looked every time I walked through the room. I ended up wearing
That's not
muumuus
true.
and long pants because I didn't want her looking at me anymore.
Did you ever say anything to her?
I said thank you for the first 2 or 3 times. After that, I just ignored her, and I didn't stay there very much. I only stayed there when I had to stay there, when I had to go to work the next day. I stayed with my boyfriend, my sister, my mother, anybody but with her in that room, in that house.
Tell me about the car
The car.
that she's suing you for.
We had an agreement, a verbal agreement, that I would pay $2,500 for that car.
She said $5,400.
Yes, she did.
You say $2,500.
Yes, sir. Yes, I did.
Go ahead. That's a big, big, big difference.
Yes, there is. And I didn't see this document that came to me in the summons until it came to me, and I never wrote this. I never signed it. That's
You
not my
received
signature.
a summons that she had a document attached indicating
Yes,
what?
sir. That stated that I owed her what she stated.
You're lying,
for the,
Norma.
For the 3 years or whatever. Your Honor, we're here because she is obsessed with me. She either wants to be me or she wants me. One of the two.
No, you the one got pictures and
No,
candles
I do
and
not. I have nothing of
spoons
hers.
and knives in your room.
Absolutely not.
Defendant Norma Love says she lived with a plaintiff, and she claims the plaintiff was obsessed with her and either wanted to be her or wanted to be with her.
Ma'am, did you send her a document? What document did you send
I have
as
a
part of the
document
summons?
right here. I made one out for me and
I
one
see.
out for her, promissory note. We both signed it. She had one, I have one. I've got the breakdown, I've got everything
Now, I wanna
there,
see
the statements.
All right, go ahead. I was thinking this is fine. Ma'am?
I have the title. I've had the title for over a year.
That was the agreement. She wanted it in her name, and I
You paid
agreed.
it all off?
Yes, I did.
No, she didn't.
When did you pay it off?
The last check was in February, the day that I moved out. I gave her the last check that I owed her. I wanted no more to do with her. I paid her off.
You say this is her signature?
That's her signature.
Okay. You have a copy of your license today or
I have-
anything else that
I
might
have
prove?
plenty of copies of my signature.
Do you have your license?
Yes, I do.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
You say you have other copies of your
Yes, sir, I
signature?
do. Your Honor. This is...
Ma'am, if she lying, I guess your proselytizing didn't work, because I would hope this woman wouldn't come in and tell this blatant lie. Somebody's not being honest.
That is her signature, Your
No, it's
Honor.
not, ma'am. No, it's not. No, it's not. No, it's not. What is your emotional distress for, ma'am?
Her obsession towards me.
I have no
For a
obsession.
year in
I'm
that
gonna
house.
dismiss both
I
your
didn't
claims.
steal anything, Your Honor.
Is this the first time she mentioned it? You have
That's
any evidence?
exactly right. I've never heard her
All
say
right,
that I
well then-
stole anything.
All right, well, we don't believe her anyhow. So I'm not going to grant you emotional distress because you only had to endure that lie for 2 minutes.
Okay.
Now we know that's not true. And I'm going to dismiss your claim and dismiss yours as well. Have a
Thank
good
you.
day, folks.
That's definitely not true. She knows it. The only reason I was here was to get the money she owed me for the car, and she's lied about everything.
You're not getting anything, and
No,
you're
I'm
not going to
not.
look at me again
I'm not.
either.
No, I don't want to.
That's a good thing.
Ever again.
That's why I'm here, so I can get rid of you.
Oh, you are so... Whatever, Norma. Whatever.
Don't talk to me. Don't look at me.